Alright, and we just got done killing the Vol Oversoul. We're now in Act 3. We're going to grab this waypoint here. It should be automatically activated once we exit. But we can kind of use Leap Slam now to deal damage if we want to. Open the strongbox. Heavy belt, that's nice. Cool, we got some scrolls, we got a belt. Let's ID this belt, see what we get. Fire resistance, strength. Yeah, let's equip that belt because it's got a lot of strength, and the strength will help us with extra life. It'll also help us with melee physical damage, which is great. So the more melee physical damage we're doing, the better off we're going to be. Grab that wisdom scroll. And we're going to keep going through here. Clarissa is the next part to before getting in the home base. We're going to kill this unique guy, whichever guard captain right here. All right, we got a 2-stone ring. Let's grab that. All right, 2-stone ring, fire and cold. That just gives us 6 fire res. This is both fire and cold, so we're going to remove that. Our defenses. All right, cool. So we're capped out on fire. We're almost capped out on cold, but we need a good bit of lightning resistance. We're only at 15 lightning resistance, so. Find Tolman in the crematorium, it says. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're trying to find the Sarn encampment, which is down here. This is our home base. Okay, so for our home base, let's see here. We're going to run through here. Run through here. And let's use our skill point here. Remember, we're going up to try to get Resolute Technique. So that means our hits can never be evaded, but we never deal crits, which is okay because we're going to be a bleed build. And this is the Ascendancy plaque. You won't have all 6 filled in here, but when you click on that Ascendancy plaque, it'll tell you which ones you have completed.
Madam Moore, why are you still standing there?
Don't do anything I would.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
And let's talk to these guys here.
Tread carefully.
We can sell some items here. Remember, if you hold control and left click, it'll automatically send everything in there. Oh, we don't need to go to the stash yet. Alright, let's see. We don't need... We can use War Banner if we want to. War Banner's there. Eviscerate is later on. Dash we don't need. Faster attacks is good for Leap Slam, but we don't have anything to use them on right now. So let's keep leveling up that. We have Eviscerate, which we can't socket, so we're going to sell.
There you go.
We're going to sell this.
Stay out of the shadows.
Says to complete the labyrinth down there. We're going to level up this gem. Alright, and now we're going to try to find Tolman in the crematorium. So, we're going to exit out to the slums. Do be aware of where the sewer grating is when you exit the slums. It could be very close to the entrance, or it could be kind of far away. Looks like it's not. There it is. Okay, so it's pretty close to the entrance, as you can see. Here's the entrance to the zone. Here's the sewer grating. So just keep a mental note of where the sewer grating is located, because we will need to go back to the sewer grating. So, but we're now looking for the crematorium. Crematorium is usually further out, and it's above. Should be getting kind of close. All right, cool. Here's the crematorium. Found the crematorium, and again, there's the Lord's Labyrinth. So we got the waypoint there. We're going to try to find Tolman in the crematorium, and then we're also going to complete the Lord's Labyrinth. So we have 2 objectives here. Let's get that. Nothing here. Some zombies and some necromancers. Strongbox. Now, these guys can't open doors unless you actually open doors for them. So, use that to your advantage. They can still shoot you through the open grates in the doors, such as these enemies here, but so can you. So, use this to your advantage. If you have enemies on the other side of the door, for example, you just sit here and attack them, and they won't do anything. See? So nothing being done, no attacks happening, and we're just beating these dudes up. Cool. I think there's a necromancer here somewhere. Yeah, right here. That's why he was reviving those guys. So if you're wondering why they kept popping up, that's the reason. And these little green markers show us that that's where the Lord's Labyrinth is. So we're going to keep trying to push through that area, or to that area. Choke points indoors can be nice because only one enemy big enough can come through. There's a bunch of little rats. They can all come through, but usually enemies will come through one at a time, and you can use that to your advantage. And you can always mouse over something if you're unsure of what it does, right? So like a shrine, for example. This one up here says always deal critical strikes. So it's kind of like the lethal shrine in Diablo. It gives you a 100% crit chance. Cool, we got some gauntlets. 2 gauntlets here. Let's see what these gauntlets do. We have some opportunities here. All right, so we need lightning resistance. Ooh, this is all right. It's got life, it's got attack speed, and it's got a resistance. So I think that's actually very good compared to this one. So let's just remove that because this has more strength on there. Doesn't have as much resistances, but it's okay because we get the attack speed, which ends up making it feel really smooth. More attack speed is usually a good thing when it comes to playing melee because the attacks are going to be quicker. So you'll be able to move, attack a lot easier. Okay, we're going to go through here. All right, and we're going to go through the Trial of Ascendancy. These are basically just the floor panels that heat up Think of like being in an oven, kind of. Hit the lever. Come over here, hit this lever. As you can see, it's not... I'm standing on the fire, and it's not really draining my health at all, so... The more health regeneration you have, the easier it'll be to kind of go through here. You just run from one lever to the next. Alright, and that's the end of the trial. Very simple trial there. Let's kill this guy here.
I do love the stink of victory.
Hit the trial plaque. And hit the portal. And we're done here. So... We're still looking for Tolman. So keep going through here. Find Tolman in the crematorium, it says. That's what we're trying to do. So you can hop over those doors there, too, if you need to. All right. And here is Tolman with Piety.
Doesn't become those fetching features at all. Cheer up and dance with me.
And because we're really low on lightning resistance, that's why we're taking a lot of this damage, a lot of this extra damage. If we had a higher lightning resistance, we might not be taking as much. That's why lightning, or that's why resistances in general are very important. Because you won't just get trucked with extra damage. And as you can see here, I am all out of potion charges here. I think we can make it.
Enough of this.
Yep. So she leaves. I remember we have a green, red, and blue. Hit this crafting recipe. I've already unlocked it. Let's select our passive point because we got a little bit of time right now. And we'll get Tolman's bracelet there. Alright, and then let's see. We want to go back to town, so let's save our scrolls of town portal. Let's go back to town here. Talk to the NPCs. Let's see, hatred, grace, dread banner, pride, rallying cry, and petrified blood. So I know we want pride because it's more physical damage, and I've played this build before, so I know we're going to be using pride all the way until the end game. We want to pick up pride in case we get something that should be usable for us.
Goodbye, Exile.
Okay. Now we can ID this. We can sell that to get a chromatic orb. Let's see if he has anything for us. He's got a 4-link. 4-link two-handed axe. Not bad. Let's see, any maybe helmet that's better than what we have? No helmet, no boots. No boots with move speed. Yeah, not too much other than this. This would be probably the best thing that we could get. But it doesn't have a green socket, which is unfortunate. So let's try it out, and I'll show you what the chromatic orbs do. So we have that.
Don't do anything I would.
And this is 38 to 72. This is 29 to 43. So this ends up doing a lot more damage. But we'll show you kind of what everything is here. So, okay, so this pole axe, as you can see, the strength requirement, it has 3 requirements. You have to be level 18. You have to have 44 strength and 25 dexterity. Now, the colors will correspond to the requirements on the item. So 44 strength, it will majority of the time get red sockets. It has a small chance to get a green socket, and it has an even smaller chance to get a blue socket. So this blue socket on here is a rarer socket color on it. So let's use a chromatic orb. We right click the orb and left click, and we got 2 green and 2 red. we want 1 red. Sorry. We want 1 green and the rest of them red. So 1 green, and 3 red. Got another blue. We got that. So that's okay. I'm okay with this because we have the colors that we need. But let's try it one more time just to see what we get. And again, random chance. Use another chromatic, and we ended up getting a little bit worse than what we had. So, and that's okay. We can sell items. We can sell this for another chromatic, and hopefully this will give us the same result. Okay, so we're going to keep what we have here. We don't need to change anything. I don't think I'm going to use this because it's not as good as this one. This one has a lot more physical damage with it. And that's really what we're looking for is the physical damage because that's what we're going to be using. Our weapon will be used against our enemies to... we're going to physically use our weapon as opposed to having magic and doing it that way. So... we need to go back to the slums, and if you remember kind of where the sewer grading is, I believe on my map it was towards like the top left. It was right up here. As you can see the little exclamation point there. And remember, you can just jump down here and kind of progress this way through it if you want to. Sewer grading and go into the sewers. Alright, so we're trying to find the 3 platinum busts. It's in this area. And I want to say it gives us a skill point. So let's try to find these platinum busts. More physical damage we get, the more bleed damage we'll do. So that's why it's extremely important that we find a weapon that is kind of the same level as us. This is the mechanic. We don't need to worry about that. We're just going to do the campaign. So this is purely... Whoop. Alright, we leveled up. Alright, let's put in our skill point. We need 1 more, and then we'll be able to get that. And we are level 24, which is great. We're a couple levels behind, which is totally fine. Alright, so usually there is a platinum bust for the quest that we're doing. There's usually 1 before the waypoint and 2 after the waypoint. So that's how I knew to go this way, was because there's usually 1 before the waypoint. We want that bust there. Level up our gems. And keep going through. Using our leap slam to traverse. Or we can use our movement speed potions. Get the waypoint. Get the next 2 platinum busts. Silk slippers. We got some quality on there. That's not a big deal. Looking for that next platinum bust. Looking for an exclamation point. There we go. Perfect. Oiled vest. It's got the red, blue, and green. And it's that shade of color, that gray. So we're going to pick that up because that's going to be a a chromatic orb for us. All right, now we're level 24. We can use Pride. And I'll explain a little bit about what the auras do. So, as you can see at the very top, it says the tags. It says Spell, AoE, Aura, Physical. So it's an aura, and it gives us physical damage, more physical damage, as you can see with the description. Cast an aura that causes nearby enemies to take more physical damage. I'm going to put this in our bar here, and it's going to pop up with this Pride ability down here, and they'll autofill your open abilities here. So if you have all of these filled with something, then it'll populate on the bottom ones or in the previous ones. So you hold control for these sets down here, and you can simply click in the open area, select the aura, remove it off of there because if you don't want to see it, and then you just hit Control Q, and it will reserve. So it reserves 50%, as you can see in the reservation. It reserves 50% of your mana. So that means that half of your mana you're unable to use, but you do get this aura, which ends up giving you a ton more damage. So do be aware of that. If you're low on mana, that's a great way of kind of getting more mana, is to relieve yourself of some of the auras that you have. It's another mechanic here. We don't need to worry about it. Another league mechanic that's thrown into the game. See, just not worrying about any of the other mechanics, just trying to finish the campaign. All right, so we have the 3 platinum busts, which is great. We need to find the exit to the marketplace. We have a strong box here. And remember, these can freeze you. Looks like I didn't get frozen that time, which is good. Oh, wow. This guy's pretty tough. All right, so we got a full plate. Got an iron hat. I think the iron hat will be better, because it's yellow. It has a higher chance. And it is. It's great. Okay, cool. So we can remove those 2 there. And also, because we have Lacerate, chance to bleed, and we need physical damage, we can throw physical damage in there. Nice. So now we have our little setup here ready to go. We have our platinum busts. We have War Banner. We can stick War Banner in there just because we need War Banner. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, these areas here, you'll come across these every now and then. They're Vol areas, but basically there's more modifiers added to it. So monsters deal 35% extra damage as cold, and the item quantity is 12%. So if you're interested in going in there, you're welcome to. But it's not really necessary for this first playthrough. The more you do them, the more you'll understand what they're for and why to do them. And like I said, you can do them if you want to right now. It's not a big deal. It's just going to make the playthrough a little bit slower if I end up doing that. So, considering I need a new weapon anyways. All right. So we killed him. Got an orb of augmentation. Keep going through here. So we've explored all of this, and we're looking for the marketplace. So we can't get through here. So it looks like we have to go up this way up here on our mini-map. Level up War Banner. Get the scroll. All right, and here's a hideout. So hideouts are great. This is another area where you can find a hideout. I think the very first hideout you get is the Dread Thicket, but this one is along the way. And it's basically you go in this hideout here, and there's going to be enemies, and you have to kill the enemies. And once you do, you'll get your hideout, and the hideout is where you'll be doing all of your endgame activities. to clear out all the enemies here. Put on our war banner, give us more damage, more physical damage. All right. We got a festival mask and a full leather. We don't really need any of those. And I think, yeah, so it says over here, Hideout unlocked. And that's how you know that you've finished it. And when that's end up finishing, I think Helena will walk through this door here, and she'll present you with a quest to, you can invite her to your hideout, which is highly recommended. And now you have your own hideout. And the hideout is used for safety, it's used for trading, it's used for mapping. Basically, it's your own little unique area that you can kit out with a bunch of different decorations and designs. And it's kind of interesting to have in this ARPG, so. Full scale armor, because we use armor. That's going to be great. Although we will lose we'll lose 3 links. Let's see what it is though. Yeah, not very good. We don't really need that. So let's keep on going. We have the door here that we're looking for. This is to the marketplace. And there we go, to the marketplace. So here we're trying to look for the waypoint in the marketplace. There we got this ornate chest. Anything that's a green quest like that, we're going to grab because it's going to be a quest item that we'll use later. Quest items do take up spot in your inventory, so do be aware of that. So make sure you have enough slots in your inventory to hold it. Ancient notebook. Cool. Here's the waypoint that we have. That's great. These guys are easy because we can bleed them and just keep running. Alright, and this is the catacombs. Let's see. So the catacombs is the next area we want to go to because we have another trial to complete in here. So going to the catacombs, we're just looking for the trial of Ascendancy. So looking for that book on the mini-map so we could try to get that as soon as possible. There's Strongbox. There he is. Alright, so nothing there, unfortunately. There's the book. That's what we're looking for. Oh. Okay, no, there's another book. Okay, cool. So we found the book. We're going through this trial. And these are just basically... like, I can't even describe them exactly. But you can jump over here, see? You don't have to use the area. You don't have to go along the correct path every single time. You can skip a lot of it. Pick up the Jeweler's Orb. Jump across here. And that's it. That's our fourth trial of Ascendancy, the crematorium. Sorry, the catacombs. So it's our fifth trial, excuse me. The last one we need is going to be in Imperial Gardens. The reason why I know that is because it's already finished, and I've already done them on my main character. But there's websites you can use to kind of show you the locations. So it's very easy. If you're unsure about where to go, look online, and you should be able to find something that kind of gives you that exit. So all right, so we are going to run out of here because I think we're pretty close. We did find the exit, so let's actually go to the character selection screen. Turn this into Hargan.
The Beatles poet.
We get a passive skill point and 2 passive respec points, which is wonderful. And now we can finally start branching out and getting all of these extra items or all these extra skills. The next one that we need to go to is going to be, looks like down here. So we end up getting Slaughter, which is right here. We go this way, we go down, and then around that way. So that's very simple and easy to do. We don't have any more quests to turn in, so let's sell some items. Got the chromatic orb, which is great. And this is Eviscerate. We don't need to worry about that right now. All right, and we're good to go. So let's head back to the marketplace. Let's see. We're looking for the Battlefront. And I want to say the Battlefront is usually off to the right-hand side, if I'm not mistaken. So somewhere over here is where it's going to be. You can also have one skill placed in multiple different spots. So an example would be like, I have Leap Slam on mouse 5, but I also want Leap Slam to be on spacebar. So I can do that as well. Alright, so it's not there. That's alright. We're just going to keep going through, trying to find the Battlefront is what we're looking for, the next area. Alright, looks like this will be it. The Battlefront. There we go. Alrighty, we're going to keep going through here. We're going to head towards the... We're going to try to find the waypoint, which is just keep going down this coast area. Keep running down this way to the left. Southwest, almost, is where we'll have to go. Cool, there's the waypoint. And remember, for these, you can hop up if they are relatively close by. So don't feel like you have to go all the way around in order to get to the waypoint or to get away from enemies or something like that. So we have our Blackguard chest. As you can see, made quick work of all those guys there. Just kept running, bleeding them, and running away so that they would take increased damage from my bleed. This guy's got life regen, so it's not going to be as easy. Pick up the scroll. Physical resistant is what this guy is, so he's going to take a little bit longer to kill. And that leveled us up. That's great. Get the ribbon spool. Let's see. And then we're going to, after we're done getting this, we're going to head up to the north area. We're going to try to find Solaris Temple. And obviously, you can do these out of order. It's not necessary to do them in the exact order that I did them in. But if you want to come up here and explore, maybe try to find the Solaris Temple, you can totally do that. Just know that the ribbon spool is necessary for the progression of quests. So we're going to get axe damage because you remember we're going to get slaughter down here. So we need to get this one first. Apply the point. Level up our righteous or war banner. We have our waypoint here. All right, and we got Solaris level 2. And we're trying to find the waypoint here. And when we find the waypoint, we're going to be able to turn in these 2 quests because the quest giver is right by the waypoint. Just going to keep running through here. Not worrying too much about these enemies. Just kind of running around, avoiding them basically. If you don't want to avoid them, you can kill them if you'd like to. It's not necessary. Remember, I had a big issue early on with killing every single enemy and exploring every single zone. And although it is kind of convenient to do that every now and then, it can make the gameplay a lot longer. Because it's not necessary to kill all these enemies. You want to be right around the level of the zone with your character level, so you can always see your character level by pushing Z, and this item or this icon here will tell you your level, and then if you push Tab, it'll give you the monster level up here. So just want to make sure that you're within, 2 to 3 levels of this actual zone. So 26, and I'm level, or the area is level 28, so I'm in good standings. If I were like level 34, for example, and I was in this zone, I would be getting less experience, which means that it takes longer for you to gain levels, which you don't want. So we found the waypoint here, and the waypoint, the quest giver is always going to be nearby. Gives us an amulet, which is great. So we have this coral amulet. We don't need that. Let's get an intelligence one. Actually, let's get a dexterity one.
The cockroaches will come again. I like.
So let's identify this. It's got cold resistance, which is good. Mana per killed enemy, and that's basically it. Nothing really else of note, but it is better than what we're using, so we'll end up using that because the cold resistance is great. So as you can see, we are capped on fire and cold resistance. We just need more lightning resistance. So any way that we can possibly get more lightning resistance is going to be wonderful. I want to say there's a... Yeah. There's a crafting recipe in here. Grab that. And come back down here. And then after that, we are going to... All right, and now we're going to take this waypoint here, and we're going to go to Battlefront. We're going to look for the docks, and the docks are usually like top this way, or they're top this way. So it's usually at an angle, like a diagonal angle. But I've already explored up here, so I'm going to try to go down this way and see if it's further this way. It should be further this way. And there it is, the docks. Cool. Let's run through here. We're trying to find an item, a specific item here. And you'll know it once we get there, but just keep going through here. Don't need to kill every single enemy, like I've mentioned quite honestly a lot of times so far. But it's totally cool. If you'd like to, you're more than welcome to. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing in this walkthrough, in this playthrough. Always crits. Nice. A 2-stone ring and a scroll of ID. We need lightning resistance. Cool. So this gives us actually a good bit of cold and lightning, and it also gives us fire resistance, which is wonderful. So let's remove this because we don't need the fire necessarily as much. So we're at the cap for fire, we're at the cap for cold, and we get a little bit more lightning, which is wonderful. So we're looking for lightning resistance. That's what we're going for. All these guys are physical resistant. So it's going to take a little bit longer. But the bleed is nice. Does do a good bit of damage. Okay, so this exclamation point. Wonder what this is over here. Let's take a look. Aha, that's what we're looking for. Thematic Sulfite. Alright, so we got Thematic Sulfite. We can talk to Fairgraves. I think he's over here. If we want to. But it's not a big deal. He'll send us to go get Kaitus's plum. This guy blocks attacks. Alright, so we leveled up again. Let's use this here. Now you don't... It's probably not a good idea initially to go down this route because these require axes. So, let's say, okay, I don't want to do this because, you know, I made the mistake. I'm using a sword right now, and I don't want to go this route until I get an axe. So let's refund. And then it says we have 2 points left, which is great. And we're going to go into here, and we're going to try to see what we can get that doesn't require axes. So we can get this one here, Bloodless, which is nice. Gives us a 10% increased life, which is wonderful. And then let's go through this way here and get these 4 items here. So let's see. It's towards the very start of the area, and it's down there, and it goes up and down there. So Bloodless. Maybe we can just type Bloodless. Yeah, right here. Bloodletting, right there. That's a wonderful one. Or here, Bloodless. So let's go 1 there, apply points, and then we'll do 1 there. And we're going to work towards this Bloodletting. So it says... bleeding, which has been aggravated, always deals higher damage as though the target was moving. And like I mentioned before, bleed damage will do more damage if the enemy is moving. So, let's try to find this waypoint here. There's a waypoint around here somewhere. So nothing over here. Let's keep trying to find Fairgraves. I know he's over here. He's going to give us another quest, and there's a waypoint there, so... Oh, interesting. The Shipyard Terror. Huh. Alright, let's see what this does. So, essences. There's a thing in this game called essences, and essences will always have these monsters in this sort of frozen state. You can't attack them, they can't attack you. And basically what you'll be doing is you'll be left-clicking on this image here. The monster is imprisoned by powerful essences, and when you kill this enemy, he will drop this this essence, and we'll explain kind of what essences do in a second. So I clicked it once, clicked it again, and click it a third time, and he pops out. All right, so we got the Weeping Essence of Woe. Now, if you take a look at this item here, these work for all essences, and higher level essences will only be able to reforge rare properties. So this one here says upgrades a normal item to a rare one with a guaranteed property. So obviously this is a lot of spell damage and energy shield, not something that I would really use. So let's try it on this two-stone cold ring. Or better yet, let's try it on this amulet here, because it would be nice to get some lightning resistance. But so let's see, an amulet, it gives us 8 to 10% increased maximum energy shield. So we have 67 here. Let's right-click it and left-click it. And it gave us not very good compared to what we have. This gives us a little bit more intelligence, which is nice, but it's not really necessary. So not that good of a roll on that one. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Still looking for Fairgraves here, wherever he may be. I'm thinking he might be up this way. Here's another essence. We don't need to do that, but they will have the bonuses of the essence before you break them out, and they'll also have these modifiers. So chill ground on death, lightning, and shock resistant. And you don't have to engage them if you don't want to, just like what we're doing right now. So we're not engaging them. Trying to find Fairgraves here. There he is. We got the waypoint here, which is great. Fairgraves will give us a quest to go find Kaitis' plum. Alright, and now we're going to... let's see. Yep. So we're going to go back to the town. We're going to talk to Grigor over here. We'll give us another quest. Alright, and then we're going to go back to the Solaris Temple level 2, which is right here. We're going to talk to Diala.
You had dash.
She'll give us the Infernal Talk.
Goodbye.
Infernal Talk will allow us to burn away what was in the sewers. It was Undying Blockage. Now we're able to do that. Don't forget to grab your crafting recipe right here. I've already gotten mine. We go to the Ebony Barracks. So, Ebony Barracks, it's a very kind of similar layout. We're going to grab the waypoint there. Waypoint should be right at the entrance of the Ebony Barracks. We're going to cruise up northeast, or northwest rather. Just going to keep moving up here. We're going to try to find General Gravicius, kill his enemies, and we're going to kill him. Bleed him and keep him moving. not get hit by any of those ones there. Bleed him and keep moving. Keep bleeding him. Want to get that bleed going. There we go. Bleed's going. And there we go. We got General Gravicius, which is wonderful. So we need to keep heading northwest, the same position.
Dying in battle. The only honorable thing you've ever done with this is.
And we're going to try to find the Lunaris Temple now. So there's the Solaris Temple and the Lunaris Temple. And once we're in here, we're going to try to find the waypoint. Waypoint should be very close to the entrance of level 2. Just like the Solaris Temple, there was a Solaris Temple level 1 and a level 2. Same thing with the Lunaris Temple. Level 1 and a level 2. We're going to try to find the entrance. You can do these essences if you'd like to. I'm not going to touch them. That was a trap. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be further up this way, although it could be. Yep. Cool. We have a Cole, a unique enemy here. Ooh. Kind of like Brutus almost. Does that slam and that spike move. Alright, we got Orb of Augmentation. Keep moving. Strong boxes. I usually like to get yellow strong boxes. Only reason why is because usually they contain a pretty good set of items. So if you ever do see a yellow strongbox, I recommend grabbing it. But do be aware that they can freeze you. Okay? Just be careful. So it looks like we didn't get very much out of that. Got some gloves, which is kind of good. This guy's got extra life. Two-handed sword, that's awesome. That might be better than what we're using. Go grab that. And this is a bastard sword that we're using, and this is a two-handed, so they're two different types. Okay. It's not as much physical damage, and that's what we rely on. It's got less attack speed, so we're going to keep what we currently have and just hold on to that. We can sell that if we need to. And here is the waypoint. Wonderful. We're going to go down to level 2.
Piety's home away from home. Let's see if the sick witch is in.
All right, and for here, we're going to try to find the... we're going to look for ascending staircases. Ascending staircases, so staircases that go up a level. That's what we're going to be looking for. That's where we'll find the entrance to our next area. Alright, another level up. That's great. Stone hammer, don't need that. And let's choose our passive here. I'm gonna go this way. Wait, are we going right or are we going left? Let's double check. We're going left. Okay. Go left here. And we're gonna keep moving forward. Looks like this is ascending here. Wonderful. Another ascending staircase. Excellent. Looks like this is ascending. Nope. Alright, another ascending. Excellent. We're going left over here. Oh, alright. Maybe not. Gotta find these big doors. Once we find these two big doors, we know we're on the right path. That's great. Cool. Leveled up there. That's great. Yeah, we're killing guys pretty quickly, too. That's wonderful. Open the door. Now we're looking to kill Piety a second time. And with these, remember, you can attack through the doors. You can also jump into their areas and jump out. So use that to your advantage. Kill these enemies for free. You don't have to worry about them attacking you. Right? Hop into here. Level up that gem there. Looks like we don't have any of that. Skip through all that stuff there. Don't have to worry about them attacking us. Another double door. Open the double door. Alright. And a single door there. We're going to enter through this portal. We're going to kill Piety a second time. Make sure you grab your crafting recipe right over here. Crafting recipe. Kill Piety. Remember, let's throw open a portal just in case we need to use it. She's going to chase after us when she's not in her human form. We're running low on mana potions. Oh, maybe we're not. Running low on health potions. So let's go into the Sarn encampment. We'll get all of our health potions back up. So this is a great way of just kind of resetting everything, getting all your potions back. We got 7 scrolls of town portal, so we don't need to worry about it. Hop back in here, push T to level, or to open the portal again, and continue. All right, nice.
Damn you!
Got a double axe there. That's great.
Sorry.
Got an ornate sword. That's also pretty good.
Stop all this ugliness.
All right, so all 3 of these quests here, we got to travel to the. Let's see. We got to travel back. We got to go to town. So that's wonderful. We have this portal open. Let's go back to town. Talk to all the NPCs. They'll give us quests, I think.
You are the truth.
All right, so we need 1 of these. So we don't need any of these, actually. So just choose a random one.
You have claimed the most worthy of Telecoda.
Piety. Good luck to you.
Or move it through here. Talking to all the NPCs.
Unfortunately.
So let's see, Piety Reward gave us a passive skill point, which is great. Use that, and we'll go up this way. Let's see what these weapons do. Nice, that's a good bit. That's got physical damage, it's got attack speed. And remember, added physical damage is 9 times out of 10 better than percent physical damage, and the reason for that is because everything else scales off of a flat number. So something like this would be very good. We just need to find a way to get pride in here. And there's no other way, really, than doing a jeweler orb. So let's see. Maybe we can remove something here. Added fire damage. We don't need that, because that's on Leap Slam. Let's put that there, and then we can use this item here for an axe, 2-handed axe. Let's sell these items here. Sell that. Sell Ice Crash. We don't need it. Sell these. And it gives us currencies. All right, so we need to receive gem reward. We need to go back to the Ebony Barracks. So if you don't know where the Ebony Barracks are, there they are. All right, and we are finishing our way to we're on our way to getting to the end of the act. So the Imperial Gardens is usually off to the right. There it is. So we have a let's see, we're gonna go through here and try to find, we got a couple of different things to find. We got the waypoint there, which is great. Activate Pride, deal more damage. Hybrid flasks. So we don't use any hybrid flasks, but they can be used. They're basically like mana and health recovered at the same time. You're welcome to try it out and use it, but I don't really find that it's very useful because my mana reserve is pretty good. So, let's see. So we're going to go into the library, because the library is usually a nice place to go on your first time playing through. Gives you access to a lot of different gems. Just do be aware of these enemies here. They will blow up and shoot spikes at you. So as a melee, it can be kind of deadly. All right, so we're in the library. Library is pretty simple. It's just skeletons. But we're looking for Siosa. We're looking for the waypoint in here. Pick up these scrolls. Two-handed sword. Oh, but it's only got... There's another two-handed sword. A four-linked. Wow. Four-linked two-handed sword. That's pretty nice. Let's hope it adds physical. Oh, my goodness. It does. And attack speed. Wow. 56 to 92. I would normally keep using this because it's an axe. But because this is four-linked... we're going to swap to this one because that's going to be very, very juicy. So now we can, it's got 1 green and 3 red, which is wonderful. So that opens up a little bit of pressure. Makes it so that we don't have to worry too much about having an item in our helmet. You know, with all those slots there. Now it relieves a little bit of the pressure. I can put this in here, for example, if I wanted to. Won't change the damage because I don't specifically have to use the item, or the gems, rather, in the item that I'm using. Cool. And we'll get this one here. Now we have a 10% chance to aggravate bleeding, which means that we have a 10% chance to cause triple damage with the bleeding that we do. So, it's a great, great skill to get there. We're just going to keep punching through here. We're level 29, and the area is level 30. Cool, and we found Siosa, and we found the waypoint. That's what we wanted. Talk to Siosa, and he wants us to find a loose candle that is somewhere in this library. Now, at the very start, when I was loading the game, when we were starting up the new character, we chose a setting in the options that was always highlight objectives. I think it's in UI. Let me see here. Yes, always highlight. Items and objects such as chests and waypoints will always be highlighted. If you don't have this highlighted for this quest, I'll scroll up so you can see some more of it. If you don't have this quest or this thing clicked here, you're going to have a difficult time trying to find the loose candle because it's not going to show the name of the loose candle. So make sure you have that selected when you're in the library. That way you can see the loose candle without actually having to mouse over it. Scroll of Wisdoms from the Scribe Rack. So it's a nice place to get some more Scrolls of Wisdoms and also some Portal Scrolls. 3 there. So we're sitting pretty on our Scroll of Wisdoms, which is nice. We don't have to worry too much about not having any kind of identifying scrolls. Level up our gem. Remember, we're not going to see the candle on the minimap because it's something we need to click in order for us to enter the area. So normally I would say just keep an eye out for the orange door on the minimap, but here's the loose candle. So I'll show you what it looks like without having that thing selected. So that's what it would look like. Huh, where is the loose candle? There's so many loose candles here. See, there's a loose candle there. Loose candle there. So because we have this enabled, it shows us where it's at, which is a very helpful skill. So click that and go into the archives. Once we're in the archives, we're going to be looking for 4 golden pages for Siosa, which is the ghost outside the area. Velvet slippers. Let's see if they have any Mage or movement speed. Oh, yes. 20% increased movement speed. That's a wonderful movement speed right there. Chance to poison we don't need anymore, so let's swap those out. Excellent. Alright, we got 3 exclamation points. That's what we want to see. Need to find a 4th one here to get our last golden page. And you just run right through here. It's not necessary. We have the waypoint before this area, so it's not really required to have to explore everything in here. Although if you want to, you're welcome to. I'm not going to tell you not to. For something like this, what you can do is you can go on the outside so it's visible, and then click. So that way you don't end up targeting those enemies if you don't want to attack them. The last golden page is probably going to be somewhere over here. There it is. Went down the wrong route there. Let's keep going up. Let's grab this last golden page. Alright, and then we can use our exit to character selection. Go back to the Sarn encampment.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
Take the portal to the library. And speak to Siosa and turn him in. And he gives us a couple of spell gems to choose from. Now, you might not know exactly what to do here, but a good one to get is going to be Fortify support, get Impale, do Fortify support, because we're eventually going to use Fortified. Now, Siosa's wonderful in the sense that you can choose any of the gems that we have had access to are going to be able to get on Siosa. For example, you can get a like a fireball, raise zombie. So any spell or any skill that you have previously been in contact with when it comes to either quest rewards or enemies that give you NPCs that sell gems, they're all going to be a complete list for Siosa. So Siosa is a very good option to do for your very first run through, for the fact that you can get any missing gems that you need. So do be aware of that. Let's see here. We need to go back to the Imperial Gardens. We're trying to go up to this way up here. We need to find the Labyrinth Trial. Labyrinth Trial should be up somewhere this way. There we go. There's the book. Bronze monograph. If you get hit by these darts, they will slow you down. Make sure you get this crafting recipe. But this is basically it. That's the Trial of Ascendancy. Finished. Very simple, very easy. Alright, then we're going to move through this bottom area. We're going to go to the Scepter of God because we now have the tower key. And remember, any of this can be done out of order. You don't need to go in the same order that I've done. The reason why I'm doing this in this order is because there's less backtracking.
I think it's time to shed through, though. It's a little tight
We can
around
go to Scroll of Wisdom, get the Skeen. We can go to Fairgraves once we get inside the tower. And turn in Kaitis' Plum. Thistle Sage. Excellent. Let's unlock this. Giant Life Flask is great. Scepter of God is usually down this way. And then up here. Yep. Cool. And then go into the Scepter of God. And there should be a waypoint here very soon.
just like the stories my mum used to read.
We're going to ascend the tower. So just kind of like the Val pyramid that we were in the previous act. This one's going to have multiple levels, and we're going to want to just get up to the very top is what we're trying to do. I'm not sure, actually, if there's a waypoint here. I think there usually is, or there should be. And the way we check is we look over here, and it doesn't look like there is one, because there would be a little blue dot underneath my character if I haven't gotten one yet. So let's do the skill point before we forget. Alright, so we've already gotten this, we've already gotten that, and we've already gotten that. So what do we do next? Okay, so we start going this way. So we need to get this one here. And we need to be on the lookout for some axes, because our axes are going to... That's what we're going to be building around, is playing with axes. Keep going up the staircase. And this is... In this area here, the Scepter of God, this is where you'll unlock the Scion. Okay, there it is. I knew there was a... waypoint here. The Scion is going to be another character that you can eventually make, but instead of... Let's go back home so I can explain this a little bit easier without being attacked. So the Scion is actually going to start in the very center here. As you can see, I started as a duelist down here. Marauder, I think, will start here. Templar will start here. The Witch will start here. The Trickster will start here, and the Ranger will start here. And the Scion starts in the center. And as a Scion character, you can choose to go any which way you want to play. You're not restricted by the location here. You're sort of go out, and you can branch out and get all these points in here if you want to. And so it's a little bit for the upper level difficulty for playing a Scion, because you kind of have to know what build you're playing before you go into it. And it doesn't give you that many really big notable points early on. So just be aware that if you do want to end up making a Scion character, you will start from the center. There are players that do end up making a Scion character, but it's not really for me.
How you doing?
Let's sell some of these items. We got the green, blue, and red linked. to get us a chromatic orb. That'll always get us a chromatic orb, which is very nice. Very convenient to know that we can always get one there. Let's go turn in Kaitis's Plum.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
So Fairgraves, let's see. So Fairgraves was... Fairgraves, right here. The docks. And he will give us a ring. Let's do the maximum life one. And let's take a look at what we got. It's okay. It's just basically got more life, but we don't need life right now. We need resistances. So we're going to go back to the Scepter of God, which is here. And we also, I believe we can go into the Sarn encampment and do our trial. If I'm not mistaken, because that was the last one I think we had to do. You'll click on this one. You'll click this wall here, and this Aspirant's Plaza will open up. And you click that, it opens up. You get this waypoint. And now you will always have access to this area at the Aspirant's Plaza. And the way you get in is by clicking this and showing, okay, I've completed all of these acts here, which is great. So we'll do that after we're done with this act. And we're just going to keep progressing through the Scepter of God here so we can face Dominus. Keep going through here, the Upper Scepter of God. Alright. Gonna keep on progressing through the Upper Scepter. The shrine basically just keeps resummoning skeletons. So it's pretty nice to have if you're trying to progress through areas and you're just pushing. The skeletons will be taken care of by the monsters, and then you can just kind of focus your attention on the harder enemies if you need to. See? Anytime there's an enemy around, they will summon new enemies. Summon new skeletons, rather. So I'm just trying to find an orange door. There we go. There's the orange door. Going up the staircase here. There's another orange door. To the staircase. Go through here. Level 33. Okay, so I'm 3 levels under, which is great. And here we go, Tower Rooftop. Wonderful. So Tower Rooftop, we're here. Let's keep going through here and just fight our way to Dominus.
God is watching.
Whoa. Watch out there. This guy's moving, that's great. We can bleed him and have him chase us around so we can deal extra damage. Excellent there. They'll still take bleeding damage while they're stationary, while they're not moving, but they just won't take as much. Crimson Jewel. Jewels you don't really have to worry too much about. They're sort of a niche niche for builds. So let's throw down a portal just in case we need it. And I'm not feeling very good about how many potions I have, so we're going to hop back in here. We're going to refill all of our potions, like I said. We're going to hop back into the Upper Scepter of God, and we're going to drop a portal. That way we always have something available.
Nightmare, brother.
Alright, so we're out of health potions, so we're going to go back into Sarn Encampment. Re-get all of our health potions. Everything's refilled here. We're going to head back into the Upper Scepter of God, and we're going to throw down another portal. Always remember to throw down a portal. If you don't, you'll have to manually click it. Oh, and he got me pretty good there.
Exile.
Alright, and that's okay. So we ended up killing him as he killed us, which is why this is happening. Otherwise, he would just be over in the area. So this guy here, you just want to stand in his little bubble. Otherwise, your health will degen. Pretty simple. Run around him in a circle. Oh, shoot. Woo! That was a close one. Let's see. Alright, so I had bleed on me, which is the reason why I was losing all that HP. So let's head back. Upper Scepter. Alright, we got some boots. We don't need a sword anymore because we're going against some... We're trying to find some axes. Let's see. No movement speed, not what we want. Greater life flask. That's alright. And talk to this woman here. And we find our entrance to the aqueduct. And that is the end of Act 3. So that's the end of Act 3, and we'll be starting another one at the start of Act 4.